Hey friends, welcome back. The thing that's been on my mind today is this idea where God does not call the qualified, but he qualifies the called, right? And so kind of a pretext to that is so this girl named Riley and I have been kind of dancing around each other for the past year or so in terms of a dating relationship, right? And so we got together last week to kind of talk about it and solidify some things. And she basically said, I've been praying about you and I haven't gotten a no from God. And I believe you are probably my future husband, right? She wants to date me and she wants to date to marry. So she's like, I want to marry you. Okay, right? I'm like, all right. So then we got together again just yesterday, actually, to talk about kind of our non-negotiables, right? To see if this could even work out. And so, I came with some basic stuff. Like, I didn't think too hard about it, right? But she came with some real hard lines. And one of the big things that she really wanted was like this the big most important thing to her is the religious side, right? She's really religious. She loves God and Jesus, and that's like her whole deal. It's amazing. But she's like really far down the spiritual rabbit hole, if that makes sense, where she's talking about, going through all this praying with her husband once they're married to get rid of generational demons and praying in tongues and like all this crazy stuff that I've like never even heard of, right? Because honestly, I feel like I'm in the baby stages of my faith, like I got baptized back in July of last year, right? So it's what, yeah. And so I don't feel like I have the knowledge that she has, right? And the man is supposed to be the spiritual leader in the home, and I don't think I could lead someone like that who's like so far ahead and all these things. So all these doubts are going through my head. And so I'm praying about it, my little simple prayers. And basically the consensus that I get from God is that, so I open up my Bible just randomly and it comes to the book of Jonah, and the very first line in Jonah is, the Lord gave this message to Jonah: get up and go to the great city of Nineveh, announce my judgment against it, because I have seen how wicked its people are. But Jonah got up and went in the opposite direction to get away from the Lord. First thing that I read. And so I'm like, right? Where I kind of feel like my first inclination was, oh my God, she's like super God, and I'm like not that. Like, there's no way I could live up to that. There's no way I could be what she needs, right? And so I just want to get up in the opposite direction, away from the Lord, right? And right after reading that, the thing that popped into my head was that saying where God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called, right? So God's like saying, if I put her in your life, it is because she sees something in you that you don't see in yourself, and she's calling you higher, right? And that if you trust me, I'd qualify you for this position that you don't feel qualified for right now, right? Because no amount of knowledge would ultimately make me feel comfortable in saying, yeah, like I feel like I know enough to marry this person and all that stuff, right? So all that to say, I'm really just wrestling with that right now, because I don't know how much knowledge is enough, how much, you know, there's the baseline requirement. Like, I don't know. I need to do some more reflection, some more Bible study, and just figure out what I believe, and figure out, and just really just, sorry, and really just trust the Lord that he will take care of this, right? And that he will qualify me if he calls me, right? So anyway, if you relate to that at all, or, you know, you got something out of this video, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And yeah, thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.